not sure. I mean, I've always been of the opinion that if something explodes really quickly, it takes the same amount of time for people to, think it's something else. But I mean, I don't know. I hope not. Well, I mean, maybe it would be a good thing. I have no idea. I think probably the contact lenses, because it makes me miserable as soon as I put them in. So it makes them that's what creates the sort of pouting and brooding character. You're just like, "Argh!" I guess probably fear of failure and inadequacy complex. And what do I drive? I just drive rental cars. So I drive different things. I don't have a car. It's kind of incredible the information that they get so quickly. I mean, sometimes I would check them just to see what my schedule is and stuff. Like on weekends and things when I can't get through to my agency, they know way better. Or even to see my emails sometimes. I guess it's inevitable that you become more comfortable. I mean, you still fight against some things, and the franchise itself, I mean, there's nothing really scary about it. I mean, I like all the people I work with. I generally have very few disagreements about the script or anything, like when we're doing it, especially on New Moon. I mean, it just seems so relaxed and easy. I don't know, I did hear the other day that Taylor had agreed to an interview where the interviewer was going to fight him. And also looking at Taylor's martial arts videos from when he was like 9, I mean, I wouldn't really want to do anything. Maybe if I had some kind of weapon. You always got to remember that you're being paid. I mean, there's a lot of, there's a lot of connotations that come with that. Yeah, I think that's one of the major separations.
Being able to play a vampire, a human, a woman who's pregnant, a woman who's about to get married, like literally sometimes within the same day or sometimes the same week, who knows, actually helped remind me more, everything felt more important and more relevant to me. It was sort of like, everything felt very close. I couldn't have done this. I guess always if you insert, different numbers into the equation, you're going to get a different answer. But God, I can't imagine what this movie would have been if I didn't have really, really, really solid and always like growing relationships with them. Not really. Only because I'm pretty wrapped up in her. Like she's also, and vice versa. I've always felt like you really project yourself onto that character. If you're the type of girl to identify with Bella, then you just kind of are her. So it's really hard for me, especially when I'm asked like, how do you make her different? It's not you. It's like, well, I genuinely had to justify every decision she made the whole way through. Sometimes your character in films do things that you wouldn't do. You're not playing yourself all the time. But for her, somehow I could not disagree with her ever, and I didn't. The movies that I've done in between the Twilight films, I've just been really lucky. They've been very different. Not because I meant them to be, literally because the things that I was drawn to happened to be different from the Twilight thing. And it's really hard for me to answer questions like that. Like right now, it's the first time in a long time that I haven't worked or haven't known what I was going to be doing. I don't want to rush it because I want to have time off and like figure out what I'm interested in, like what my interests are. Not to say that I'm just going all the time. I don't even know myself, not at all. It's just that I do want a little bit of time to really figure out what I really, really, really want to do. People that I look up to, you find people in life that are like your common, I'm like you. Everyone chooses differently. It's not like it's just weird because this question always does sort of present like, so why are you better? And it's like, I'm literally the same, which is why it's so cool, and I thank them too. I mean, that's like why. It's the same reason they like me, I'm sure I'd like them. Do you know what I mean? It's like common ground. And so because I'm like placed on this pedestal, it looks like, wow, it's so incredible that you can be that way. It's like, well, not really, because this is so weird, trust me. Like, come on up, you'll see. Like, there's really no difference.